Ah, holy forking shirt balls. This journey has been incredible. What an interesting show. The Good Place. Here we are. I mean, we finally made it to the end. I never would have imagined like this show would be so good. And I don't know, it just has a sweetness to it. It's really, really feel good. And I need to see how we wrap everything up right now. So strap in, folks. We're about to dive head first into this hour-long Good Place finale special. This is it. This is what it's all been coming down to. I'm super excited, and I hope you are too. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me through all of these episodes. No more wasting time. Let's jump right on into it.
Attempt number 803 of my new project. This is the one. I can feel it. Riding on a groovy wave of love.
I'm going for a cosmic ride. Surf the freaky purple vibes of love. The marshmallow cat is inside. Marshmallow cat is inside? That's what I wrote? That's meaningless. Janet, how's the songwriting going? I'm completely lost here and I can't do the stupid E chord.
Would you like a magic guitar that plays all the notes for you? It's the #1 request among men over 50 who've gotten it.
Mortality offers meaning to our lives, and morality helps navigate that meaning. Wait, what I think it says is that mortality offers meaning to the events of our lives.
Check yourself, Rando. I think Chidi Anagonye, who literally designed the Afterlife.
Look, I'm pretty sure I'm right since it's like my book. Yes, Professor May, you're probably right about what you wrote. Okay, everyone, we'll see you all here next week. Professor Hieronymy.
We'll be teaching the trolley problem.
Bring ponchos. It gets messy.
Hello, Jeff.
Not excited about frogs, that guy.
This meeting of the Joint Council of Afterlife Affairs is called to order. Michael, update?
Honestly, our biggest problem is that we need more architects and actors. Well, sorry, but these younger demon actors have no dedication to their craft. They think they can just start acting. They have to learn that acting is reacting.
And reacting? That's just being.
Okay, take it down a notch, Daniel Day-Lewis.
I follow my curiosity, and it takes me into all kinds of strange places. If I feel I'm going to take on the life of another man, I feel that I owe it to that being to try and understand them.
What time is it?
I don't know. At one point, hundreds of Baramies ago, I turned off my ability to know what time it is anywhere in the universe when you and I are together.
Okay, gotta go meet my dad. I'm gonna try one more time.
Good luck.
Thanks.
I'm freaking out, man. You got this, dog. One more
Oh my god.
Marvel. I love you, and I believe in you.
Thanks, Dad. I did it. Janet?
Hi there.
Hi, Janet. I made dinner. You always make it for me, so this time I wanted to make it, and real talk, it didn't go great. Yeah. So, I need to talk to everyone.
Hello, you two. Fun meeting back here.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I have an announcement to make. I'm leaving. Going through the door.
Wow. Are you sure?
Yeah, I am. It's time.
We thought the best move was to gather everyone together for a sort of farewell party. We're gonna eat and drink, and there will be dancing. You're sad. I can tell because you have the same looks on your faces that my teachers did.
Whenever I raise my hand in class. But let's be happy. I'm gonna DJ. We'll play EDM all night.
Now I'm bummed about two things.
Wait, what's the other thing?
Hey there,
Hey,
Doug.
it's this guy.
All right, having fun?
I so much chicken. How are you doing?
I'm okay, Michael. How are you? Well, I'm sad. And I know you're the most advanced being in the universe, but I feel like I need to tell you, it's okay if you're sad, too. I know. And I am a little, but also I know this is the right time for him to leave.
I really am okay, I promise.
Will you come talk to me if you're not?
Always.
Oh my god.
That was special. I'll never forget this name. Until I walked through the door and dissolved into the universe. Then I asked you something, buddy. How did you know? Well, it wasn't like I heard a bell ring or anything. I just suddenly had this calm feeling. Like the air inside my lungs was the same as the air outside my body.
It was peaceful. I'm scared Janet's gonna forget. I made you some. Ah, Dip, I lost.
I'm never gonna forget you. In fact, to me, you won't even really be gone. I don't experience time the same way you do. I kind of lose all time at once. I know what you mean. Once I smoked salvia and saw the
To me, remembering moments with you is the same as living in them. Congratulations.
Actually, I just finished repaving my driveway yesterday, so cross that one off too.
Before you start your next project, you should know that thing that you asked me to tell you what happened. It happened. I mean, we've gone through the systems, so they'll be a little different.
Right? One would hope. Oh, I've never had lunch with Mum and Dad. Welcome,
My darlings! My darlings! Oh,
Oh my god.
We love you both so much.
we are sorry. We'll just be endlessly sorry forever and ever.
Wow, I can't believe after all this time, they're finally spending time as a family.
I'm getting a little bored of Mum and Dad telling us how much they love us. Yes. Well, this may not come as a surprise to any of you, but
I'm ready to go. I knew it. You finished everything on your list? I did. I learned how to install a bathtub, fly a helicopter, defuse a bomb, deliver the perfect backhand fly. My last goal was to spend one meaningful day with my parents. And now I've spent thousands of them. I feel complete. Would you like me to prepare a farewell party for you? No need. I've done it myself. I cooked all the food, mixed all the drinks, made all the furniture, repainted all the walls.
and trained all the animals.
Champagne?
I hate to tell you this, but your risotto is a little sticky.
Was it?
No, damn it.
Can I tell you something? You're my role model.
I admire you so very much. The strength, the toughness, self-esteem.
Not to mention, you have a rockin' bod. Now cross it off. Architect in existence, and I should know. Frank Gehry.
Arthur was me. Great. Then stay. New party, everyone. A staying party. No, I also don't want to stay. I'm done here, but I don't want to go there. Tell me your own reaction.
No, they aren't. I want to learn to do what you do, Michael. I want to be
Wow.
spent most of my life pretending to help people. If I were an architect, I could do it for real.
Let me at least try. Don't make me talk to your manager.
Oh, hang on. So you can never tell a woman to smile? What if she'd legitimately be pretty?
Oh my god. What is he doing?
I haven't seen you since I was exploded into goo. I didn't get any me on you, did I?
You did.
Anyway, I want to learn everything I can start at the bottom and earn my way out. So wait, would anyone like a cup of antimatter? Sure. I just went with Nightmare initially. Thank you, Michael. Everything. You're welcome.
I brought you a little first day on the job present.
A pin? A bow tie.
Once you're a big deal around here, I hope you don't mind if I brag about knowing.
Do as you must.
Boom! I did it!
After 1,000 lifetimes of reading the most difficult writings in the world, I've acquired a new passion.
Garbage books. Do you think I would have been a good symbologist if that were a real job?
Yes, I do. You very
Acting like the
For dessert, we have to get the tiramisu. Tiziana Gognier, just casually making choices. I never thought I'd live to see it. I mean, I guess I did.
Do you mind if we go home? I'm tired. I'm gonna get ready for bed.
cool. I'm gonna take a little stroll. I'll see you in a bit.
It seems like Chidi's ready to move on.
Lyrics. The psychedelic.
Michael and the song.
Did he say he was ready? He didn't say exactly that, but he's getting close. I can tell. Forgive me, Eleanor, but if Chidi said to go, it's time for him to go. He didn't say that yet, though.
You're in classic Chidi gray area.
You need to remind him.
Hey, guess what? Surprise trip. Come on.
But as you may know, I'm kind of a philosophy gal. Where were the big brains hanging out?
All gathered right here in the Agora. It was like the Avengers, but for super thinkers. Oh, come on, you brought me here. You knew it was going to happen. No, I love that you're so happy.
This was so special. Thank you.
We are ready to head to destination number 2, remember?
Paris.
My favorite city. And you even picked the ideal weather. Overcast and chilly. Perfect for staying inside and reading. Is this what you were hinting to me? I was thinking subscribe.
Eleanor, I know what you're doing.
Being the best eternal girlfriend ever, guilty.
Let's take a walk.
Have to go. You don't have to leave me.
I don't want to leave you. I'm just ready to leave. I have the same feeling that the others described. I kind of quiet too in my soul. But you just had it.
Didn't just have it. I'd had it a long time. Remember that day we were with our parents? My mom kissed you goodbye and got lipstick on your cheek, and your mom rubbed it off.
I don't know why that was it, but that was it. And I didn't want to tell you because. No, man, just can't. Because Jason's gone, Tahani's off doing her thing, and I'm not ready to go. So if you leave, then I'm alone here.
I was alone my whole life, and I told myself I like it that way, but I don't. I like it. Really?
Yeah, I won't go.
Oh god.
I'll stay.
Who's ready for 6? He's gonna stay. So what do you want to do?
Whatever you want to do.
Now.
I'm gonna walk around my old neighborhood, see where I used to live. Meet you at the restaurant?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I proposed a rule. The Cheaties shouldn't be allowed to leave because it would make Eleanor sad. And I'd still never find the justification for getting you to stay because it's a selfish rule. I owe it to you to let you go.
I'm really good at being sad, but this is sad, man.
Picture a wave in the ocean. You can see it, measure it, its height, the way the sunlight refracts when it passes through, and it's there, and you can see it. You know what it is. It's a wave. And then it crashes on the shore, and it's gone. But the water is still there. The wave was just a different way for the water to be for a little while. And that's one conception of death for a Buddhist. The wave returns to the ocean, where it came from, and where it's supposed to be.
Not bad, Buddhist.
Not bad. None of this is bad.
I need you to do me one last favor.
Mm-hmm.
Say goodbye to me now and leave before I wake up.
Too relatable. Oh my god.
You can sit on that bench as long as you'd like. And whenever you're ready, you just walk through.
I'm ready.
Oh, Dip, you're back.
What the fork, yo?
Story.
Remember how I made you something? And I thought I lost it because it wasn't in my pocket? Turns out it was in my other pocket. By the time I found it, you were gone. I was just going to leave it for you, but I was worried it would
Get eaten by that magic squirrel. So I decided to wait for you to come back.
every so often a different Danny King, but I knew it wasn't you. Jason, it's been like 1,000 Barony. I know, but I wanted to see you again. It was actually pretty easy to wait. I sort of just sat quietly and let my mind drift away. Thought about you.
And the infinity of the universe.
Kind of like a monk.
Looks good, not a girl.
Oh, time to go nuts, because I brought donuts.
Hey, Derek.
Yes, Mindy?
What the?
Talk for a bit, so go into your nether sphere. That's Derek?
He became Dr. Manhattan.
Searching for the thing that makes you complete? I think it might be you. I think my final mission might be to convince you to go through the system. If we're cut from the same cloth, then trust me, there's greater happiness waiting for you if you form bonds with other people. Hello, gorgeous.
Well, I think you'll find evil.
Yes.
Force of habit. I do think you'll find that Tahani will be certified. Shut up, Glenn.
He just reflexively tells Glenn to shut up.
Thanks for giving a crap about me. I don't really give a crap about myself, so it's nice that someone does. I'm really glad I filmed you having sex.
You can sit on that bench as long as you want, whenever you're ready.
That was her last thing to do. What?
But what are you doing?
I am returning my damn essence to the damn fabric of the damn universe. It's working now. It's working. I'm leaving.
Not working because you're looking. Stop looking.
You go through and give me a peek. I've loved being here, but Jason's gone. Chidi's gone. You know, even Doug Forsett went through the door.
Wow.
Cockamamie. That's what I think of your plan. I think it's cockamamie.
I think it's a great plan. Never have to hear from any of us ever again.
Ooh.
What is she planning?
Now that is tempting. Because y'all are annoying. The universe and all, but your tone.
Michael, come on in.
Oh, God.
All my Earth stuff. Oh. I'm gonna be
a real boy, Pinocchio.
Oh, my God.
nothing more human than that. Besides texting people. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I have something for you.
Yeah.
A real frog.
Mr. Jumping.
Oh. Thank you, Janet.
Make a doctor's appointment as soon as you get down there. And no salty food. Margarita?
Always. Top 3 moments of your not life with us. Go.
I wonder how Michael's doing.
I assume he's doing the same as every human.
You have no idea how long I've been trying to figure that out.
Everybody needs a teacher. So do it again. He's messing up, and trying again, and messing up again, and then getting things wrong, and then trying to make them right.
That's what everyone does.
To Michael.
To Michael. What do you think happens when people walk through the door? It's the only thing in the universe I don't know.
Hey, this was delivered to my building by mistake. I think it's yours.
Oh, hey.
Look at that.
Thank
you so very, very much. Yeah, no problem. Take it easy.
I'll do art and all the wisdom of the universe.
Take it sleazy. So whose song is this? This is what Michael was singing. Whose song is this? Is it Ted Danson singing? All right, I needed to take a little break because, like, oh my gosh, like that was what an incredible show. I didn't so many unexpected like twists and turns and so many things that you could see coming, and then they would deliver that to you at a time way sooner than you expected, and the way everything just played out. I mean, this show is just so fun to watch. It feels so good to see all of these characters like have grown and finally kind of come into something where they feel at peace with themselves and they can all finally rest. Not all, but most of them. The show is so wholesome and interesting, and I'm a sucker for love, and the Chidi and Eleanor relationship was just so beautifully done. Big fan of how everything played out between these two. Like I'm surprised I was able to tear up for Chidi leaving, and then even Michael getting his like ultimately everything he wanted. So I was like, you know, I was just blown away. It felt really, really good to see it all come to happen. And it's funny because I remember at one point I was thinking that like, you know, back when like the judge was kind of like our enemy in a sense, I was thinking that Michael could potentially get punished by being sent to Earth and being turned to human, and then he has to like live out his days and that be a punishment. But then I realize now, after all of this, that there's no way that could even make sense, or even if it was, I mean, he would just end up back in the afterlife and they would have to deal with him some other way. So just being cast off to live on Earth is not even like a punishment, really. Something I was noticing going on with Eleanor and Chidi with this episode, you know, as she was able to pick up that he was ready to move on, you know, it was like she was kind of like dealing with the 5 stages of grief, except not really the 5 stages. She was kind of just a little bit in denial and was kind of just trying to like bargain to get him to stay. But ultimately it could never work, and you know, she realized that and she had to send him off, and that scene was so touching, and like I said already, like, it was pretty beautifully well done, and very surprised I teared up for that, man. You know, I didn't expect to be here. I didn't expect to do that. But basically, like, to touch back on like this whole thing with these two, is like it felt a little kind of like sad to like realize, like, no matter, even if these two like met each other on Earth and fell in love on Earth, ultimately, even in this afterlife, like the way everything was figured out, like these souls need to be put to rest eternally. This everyday live in a eternal bliss is boring and mundane. Like eventually, like, you want to get rid of it, you want to move on. The fact that like a lot of them moved on, like Jason, Chidi, Eleanor, like, it's just ultimately like if it's someone's time to go, it's their time to go, and you have to like let them go. And it's just so crazy to think that too, like even in the afterlife, like you have to let these people go. You can't even hold on to them in the afterlife. It's like being alive or dead. Like when someone's time to go, they're meant to go. And that, I think that's so, like, there's something to that, you know what I mean? I don't got the words for it, but there's something real special about that. Let me speak on some of the characters. Eleanor, my favorite, basically exactly how I described her from the beginning of episode 1 of the very first episode. And I didn't even get to see the character yet. I just knew that because Kristen Bell is who Kristen Bell is. I mean, Eleanor is exactly this down-to-earth character. Very, very cool. Very, very relatable for me. Like, it's like in most, like, I feel like, you know, in most cases, most of the things Eleanor is like, she would like argue or just feel like, I mean, like I was on her side. Like I resonated a lot with Eleanor. You know, the fact that she was able to like realize at the very end that Mindy is kind of basically exactly like her, or who she would have turned out to be if she didn't have like these friends in her life to influence her and change her. So it was nice that at the very end she also got to like set Mindy on a path where whatever happens with Eleanor, at least Mindy was put on a path where she could see her end. She could finally be at peace for herself. So that was very nice. And seeing Derek as this intergalactic, like literally Dr. Manhattan kind of character, that shit was just the most hilarious payoff they could have done with that guy. Chidi is like the real centerpiece, the real heart of the show. I argue the most important character of the entire show. I think he really is. I mean, he was the centerpiece for most of the plot to be moving forward. Eleanor would have never been able to change. Eleanor would have never been able to do what she did, and everybody would have never came together. And none of this would have ever happened if it weren't for Chidi's influence. And especially, like, if anybody thinks Eleanor is the most important character, she would have never been able to do what she was able to do if it weren't for Chidi. And you know, I'm gonna be crossing back on the Chidi point a little bit later when I speak about Jason, because really, like, they all of them being together helped this happen. But I see Chidi as the centerpiece for it all, really being able to be pulled off. Now, Jason, I'm sorry, all you Jason fans out there, I haven't been the biggest fan of Jason. Most of the time, he was used for comedy. Whenever he was used for comedy, it was most of the time played up in a very, very dumb way. I mean, but he was cool. You know, he was cool. He was funny. I don't have a big problem with him. He did have the occasional dime of wisdom in there, so you know, you appreciate him for that. And he was funny, but I don't know. I think I could also relate to him in a sense, on his level of stupidity, because I'm not the smartest guy too. I don't know, like sometimes I could joke around and say really dumb things, but the difference between me and him is Jason is for real. But there's an importance to Jason and his carefree attitude too, because if it wasn't for him, I mean, he was an influence on Chidi's life. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, they all kind of helped each other grow and to be better people. With Tahani, though, I gotta say, I think I'm the most disappointed with her character. It just feels like the show sidelined her most of the time and didn't really do enough, I think. But, you know, ultimately, it feels maybe it's probably hard to do. Like, what more do you do for a character who's kind of technically perfect in a sense? Like, you know, when we got to the end of this series and, you know, she's just checking off her list of things to do. Ultimately, this is like just making her a more well-rounded like individual, and like she could basically do anything, right? So what type of like final end do you give a character who could do anything? It feels like what they came up with was have her become an architect, where she's doing anything and making everything and creating things for a world of people to live in. And that's, I guess, the ultimate thing anybody could do. But I just feel like, you know, I feel like it would have been better for her at some point to be at peace, because one, all her friends are gone. Michael's not even around, and even when he comes back, I mean, she has to wait for him to do that, and when he does, he's not even going to be an architect anymore because he's technically human now. So he can't really help her that much, right? And eventually he'll want to pass on. So when is she gonna pass on? I just feel like, you know, regarding Tahani, they didn't do enough. And there was that part earlier on in the show, she said something about wanting to do more and be more, or whatever the case may be. And I guess that's with the architect, but it just, I don't know, it didn't feel satisfying enough. But ultimately, I mean, seeing her and her family, you know, come together, that was satisfying for her. And I feel like she should have had that moment where she should have decided to move on too. But ultimately, I just feel like it kind of sucks that she is just still there. I don't know, I feel like there's still more story to tell. But really I feel like with this season, it was really more about trying to wind down. I remember in the earlier half, it just felt like so many wacky things were happening, like in the very first episode. But then as we like just got kind of made our way through it, it just felt like a lot was happening. And like kind of to make it kind of more like worse for her is the fact that she didn't even end up with a partner. I mean, everybody kind of had their partner, right? I mean, she was like on and off for Jason multiple times. What was that all for if like she couldn't even end up with the what was it, Larry Hemsworth or anything like that? I kind of feel like she drew the short straw there, and like she's just like an architect now, but then what? You know what I mean? Is she ever gonna get bored of that? I don't know. Janet stopped she kind of stopped being interesting. I mean, they made interesting use of her, but as far as her character development went, I kind of feel like there was none. Like after a while, like after she got rebooted and everybody, after they came back to Earth, I mean, she was just felt kind of stagnant, where she was just this girl, or not a girl. She just had this feeling. She just had feelings for Jason, and then they just had like this. They just had these relationship problems for like 2 seasons now, or not really this season, but it was even in this season. The things with like Chidi said to Jason, that basically like someone like Janet could get bored of Jason, and it was like a little micro problem right there. It just felt like all the problems that happened between Jason and Janet were like so micro that they could just be talked away, and there wasn't any really weight regarding their relationship struggles. So I just felt less like into that whole dynamic. And then because Janet wasn't being rebooted, she was technically unable to advance, and everything, I feel like everything she would be going through, I can't remember much of season 3, but maybe a little bit of here, I feel like she kept it more internal. Like, you know, even at the very end, Michael was telling her like, you know, it's okay for you to be sad, and she's like, I know, and I'm gonna be all right. You know, it just I don't know, it was hard to like continue to look at Janet continuously grow. I just felt like at a certain point she was just a sad robot girl in love with Jason, and there's some relationship issues between the two, some interesting dynamics, because all right, for a while he was with Tahani, and then that stopped, and then it was them again. I don't know. Also, I'm ultimately disappointed in the drop of the idea of the soulmates. Like maybe they didn't want to like write anything to make it feel like they didn't want to be pushing off, like the writers didn't want to push off their idea of what a soulmate is to people and have that be like the word of the show. You know, they probably just want to leave it ambiguous to whether you believe in it or not, because even Michael was like, I don't really know. So maybe that's what it was all about. I would have totally bought the whole 6 of them were like soulmate kind of thing, just them being together, like 6 platonic soulmates, their souls, they always come together no matter what. Like I would have bought into that, you know what I'm saying? Someone on this writer team is definitely a Pokemon fan. You know, it wasn't like, I don't know, I feel like it was pretty obvious. I mean, I don't know, the Metapod thing that they did whenever Sean didn't want to talk to anybody. Pikachu's name was brought up like 2 times. They even had the Pikachu balloon. The Nintendo Switch that Jason had this season. I don't know if that was just like legitimate product placement or what. Somebody is a fan of Nintendo and specifically Pokemon on the writer team here. Shout out. I'm gonna be honest, man, I didn't really want this show to end, you know, but as season 3 was kind of like being told, and season 4, the way season 4 was rolling around, I just felt like the show itself, I mean, obviously, you know, the show is over, even from coming into just watching, you know, the show's gonna end, but I don't know, man, I didn't want it to. I really didn't want it to. Like, ultimately, I really liked season 1 and 2 the best. Season 3 and 4 kind of bummed me out with the idea that knowing the show is over, because I could have kept on watching these guys. Like, I didn't expect I was gonna like it this much. But season 1, it just had such a strong like premise, and season 1 was so strong. You know what I mean? It really hooks you on, and it really does so many unexpected things that you just want to see more of this. And you know, season 2 was also a strong follow-up. Season 3, I maybe felt a bit of growing pains in season 3, but ultimately I remember coming around to like it a lot more. And then season 4 just felt like this really long goodbye. Like, it really felt like they were just hanging on as long as they can. That's just a bummer. And ultimately it was so sad. Like I did not expect that by the end of the story I'd be crying for Eleanor and Chidi and Michael. Like, really good stuff. Really happy I tuned in. And yeah, seriously, big thank you to all you guys who have been following me along for this Good Place journey. Liking the videos, commenting on the videos, subscribing to the channel. We've gained like probably 300 total over all of this, at least from where I'm at right now. Who knows, there still could be more coming, because I haven't posted season 3 yet as well, and I'm not even finished with season 2. So it really means a lot that you guys have come along with me on this journey. I'm so blown away. I did not expect so many people to show up for the Good Place. But yeah, man, I'm happy I got into it. This was very fun. I'm happy you guys enjoyed it. I hope you was able to maybe take a little bit of different, I hope you guys were able to, like, I don't know, enjoy my different perspective on seeing things, my ignorant perspective on talking about things. I mean, I don't, like I said, I'm just a babbling idiot just talking into the microphone. And it just feels very nice that you guys enjoyed. But it is time for me to get up out of here. Thank you all for your support on this series. It really means a lot. Go ahead and leave some suggestions down below on what you want me to cover next. But I will be taking a big break on some TV shows. I have seen enough of TV shows for a while. Time to get back into some movies, and I'm gonna be posting a lot more movies moving forward. So go ahead and leave some suggestions down below, and me and my patrons are going to be choosing what exactly I'll be covering next. So if you guys would like to support the channel, you can do so for just $1 so you can get access to polls and stuff like that. Link is in the description. And that's gonna be all, guys. So remember, take it sleazy, everybody.